Hello and welcome to the Network Show. I'm your host, Loretta Cook. I also have with me Venus Gist, who's on location, and the wonderful and the marvelous eco-foodist Spencer Gillette. We're going to be sharing some information on food, health, and music. Also, we have two programs we're going to feature. They're going to be kind of special. One is going to be talking about autism,
Yes.
which is very good, and also community service. There's going to be a woman here that's going to share some information that'll be something you don't want to miss.
Absolutely.
So come on back and network with us on The Network Show.
Hi, I'm Spencer Gillette, the Echo Foodist here at For Christ's Sake TV. Thank you for joining us today as we discuss foods of the Mediterranean, specifically Madrid, Spain. We're here at Cafe Madrid in Oakland, California. They serve the great, fresh, lean, and healthy cuisine of Spain, the tapas, the great beverages, and it's available 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. It's also open until 4 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. You can only imagine the great flavor coming from freshly made paella, which is a combination of rice, chicken, seafood, fresh garlic, and tomatoes. Don't miss it every Friday and Saturday until 4 a.m. I'm Spencer Gillette, the Echo Foodist. Thank you for joining us. And remember, if it doesn't have nutritional value, why eat it? And welcome back to the Network Show. And thanks for always networking with us here at For Christ's Sake TV. I'm Spencer Gillette, and we're joining Venus Gist and her guest on location. The subject matter of autism is grossly under-discussed in homes, especially the churches and the Black community. But here and only here on the Network Show at For Christ's Sake TV do we bring these very uncomfortable subjects to the forefront. Thank you, and let's go to Venus and her expert as well as an individual living with autism on a daily basis.
Maya Ogbebor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you, ladies.
So tell us, this autism, so many of our young students have it, our children suffering from it. What is autism and the behavior of autism?
Well, autism is really broad. It can range from very low functioning to very, very high functioning. So it's individualized.
Okay.
But a generic definition of autism is a neurological condition that's present in early childhood. And some of the symptoms of autism are difficulties in language,
Okay.
and also really poor social interaction.
Okay.
Most children with autism don't make direct eye contact. They're very sensitive to touch. But it can range. These are not for every child diagnosed with autism. So it does vary.
Okay. Well, I've observed the kids, they're extremely bright, in one way, but the behavior issues. Can you talk a little bit about behavior issues?
Well, once again, it ranges from child to child. It all depends. You do have some children with autism that don't have behaviors.
Okay.
And then you have some children with autism that have extreme behaviors. Because you have to understand, a lot of times it's just not autism. That's just not the only disability that they're dealing with. They have other disabilities on top of that that causes different behaviors. So, like I said, it's individually based. You can't group them all together and expect them to be the same way just because they're autistic, because that's just not how it
Not
is.
how it works.
No,
Thank you for
not
that.
at all.
What are they saying are the causes of autism?
There's so many things that they're throwing out right now because they don't know for sure what causes autism.
Can you share some of those things, please?
They're saying that it's genetically based, environmental, pesticides, things of that nature, and even vaccination. They tried to say, that was a cause of autism in some children when they were vaccinated. But really, they're still unclear. They're researching. There's new things coming every day about autism. So maybe we'll know soon enough. But right now, they're just kind of speculating.
Very interesting topic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from someone who experiences this every day in the education system. If you have more questions, well, guess what? We're going to bring more segments of this show to share with you.
Great.
Thank you for viewing.
Providing support to families with children of special needs 18 and under, All in Need Family Support is a safe, well-balanced respite care program that offers several different events to allow families a break and give children a chance to work on their skills. As a parent of a child with special needs, I understand. I've sat through hours of therapies, and I've incorporated those therapies into this program. All in Need is not just a program, it's a program that understands your needs.
Hello and welcome back to the Network Show. I'm your host, Loretta Cook. And for this segment, we have a wonderful guest for you. This segment is actually called Your Sound, Our Life. So it's a little bit of entertainment along with some information as well. Our guest for this segment is none other than LB Muzak. He calls himself LB, and he's an entertainer here in the Bay Area, and he actually grew up singing with such giants, gospel giants as Walter Hawkins, Tremaine Hawkins, Daryl Coley, and just a host of others. And not only that, but he's also formed his own group, which helped to develop his artistry and his creativity. You know, and not only is he a man of God, but he's on his way to being a musical giant himself. Help me welcome LB Muzak. Welcome, LB, to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's really good to have you here. Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about growing up singing background with, Walter Hawkins, Daryl Coley, Tremaine. How was that, and how did it get started?
I was and still am a member of Love Center Church.
Okay.
So I was afforded these opportunities through my pastor, my mentor, Walter Hawkins.
Okay.
One of the best experiences singing and music I've ever had was working with him. I've learned so much about music, and not just music, but the business of music and the technicalities of music, the importance of sound.
Okay.
Mics, having the mics right, sound check.
You know about that.
all of the things that go beyond just music. I've learned a lot from it.
Now, that was not your original goal, right?
No, it wasn't.
So what happened? What was your original goal, and then what happened? What kind of turned it around?
I've always been singing. Music was always my passion. I went to Howard University, HU. Went to Howard in DC, and I studied film.
Okay.
I wanted to do something that would make some money, and at the time, music videos were really, really big, and they were making a lot of money, $1 million plus just to direct a video.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do something, but if I went to school to just go for music and got a degree in music, at the time I didn't look at it as anything other than just teaching music.
Okay.
And I didn't necessarily want to teach music, I wanted to be a little bit more creative.
You wanted to
with
be
it.
involved in the
Exactly,
process.
Exactly. So I went to school
Okay.
and went to Howard for film.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then so are you going to give us a little bit of, what do you think, Spencer? You think we should hear a little bit?
Well, I think if he studied at Howard in the Department of Communications and he's trying to promote the musical CD, the young man should at least grace us with a few bars.
And actually, I just want to say, this is his latest project. It's called Love and Life Saga. And
Beautiful cover.
yeah, it's a beautiful cover. This is his latest project. So he's going to give us, I don't know if it's going to be from here or just a snippet of how he sounds.
Okay, let's do. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just wanna say that I love you more than anything. Just a little bit.
Woo! Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
I just
That was
want to
awesome.
know, inquiring minds want to know, LB. Do you prefer LB or Leonard Bailey?
LB.
And why is that?
That is my music name.
All right.
My professional work name, my school name is Leonard. and that's a separate person. When I hit the stage, this
Brand is
exactly,
LB.
Brand is LB.
One last question, if I might. At Howard, you studied film under whom?
Several people.
Do you know Haile Gerima?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he's retired.
What?
He ran the film department, but
No, he
that's
wasn't.
before your
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You're only 21. I forgot.
No, he, he wasn't there. He may be retired. But there are several greats. You all do your research on the people that have went and came through Howard University. It's a wonderful opportunity. Going to a historically black college gave me a wonderful boost. An ego that is not for me, it's for the brothers, the black community at home.
I love it. I love it.
If those parents out there, if you're watching, if you have an opportunity to send your kids to HBCU, definitely check it out. It's great.
And information like that and others, you can get more information from our website, www.forchristssaketv.org. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back on the network show.
A lot of people won't believe that water can do what it does until you try it.
I have diabetes, and I take my readings. My diabetes readings used to come in like at about 260. I was disappointed. I wouldn't even take a reading for a while there because every time I took a reading, it came in at 260. And so I figured it was nothing I was going to do. I was just ready to pack it up and start drinking my water. Now I take a reading. I don't mind taking a reading now. It comes in like 136.
I've been drinking the water since August, and a couple weeks ago I didn't have time to pick up the water because I was so busy doing things. Ever since I quit drinking the water, my immune system went completely down. And now I know once I start back drinking and I start back filling my immune system up. So the water has been a blessing to me.
For me, as far as energy, helping me lose weight, and a lot of my aches and pains have slowed down.
Good world.
You gotta get on board and that's water. Miracle water. You need some energy, especially from 2 to 4 in your leg.
Hi, I'm Reverend Hunt, pastor of Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church. We're rooted and grounded upon the Word of God, that we can be the disciples God has called us out to be. We do wholeheartedly welcome you here at Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church. If you have a church home, you can still visit us. If you don't have a church home, you're welcome to come in and sit down and fellowship with us. You might find that we could be a church home. We've been here for the last 10 years. God has blessed us to be here. We do have a food pantry where we do feed people physically, but we want to feed you spiritually. God has blessed us to be here, and we're here for you. We're the servants of God, come to serve the people. We do wholeheartedly welcome you here at Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church.
Hi, I'm Spencer Gillette, host of Food for Thought and For Christ's Sake TV. We're here at the Grand Lake Farmers Market in Oakland, California, featuring Lucero Farms from Lodi, California. And all of this wonderful produce, fruits and vegetables are here for your enjoyment. I'd like to introduce you to Priscilla Lucero, family member and operator of Lucero Farms. Priscilla, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about your family's history here with organic farming in California?
Well, my father-in-law has been growing organically for over 40 years now. We became CCF certified in 2002.
Excellent.
We started the farm in San Martin, but now we grow in Lodi in the Central Valley.
What is the specialty of that special product that we can expect to find from Lucero Farms? Is it your Seascape long stem strawberries or this beautiful okra? Tell us about your product.
Well, we're known for our long stem strawberries. We're the only growers that grow the long stem strawberries. We grow them that way because it looks pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, and then also it's you can see the freshness of our berries.
Absolutely. So these look really, really fresh, like just picked. When do you actually harvest for the market?
Berries that are brought for Saturday are picked on Friday.
Fantastic. So that's why the smell and the aroma is so wonderful. It's just like walking through the garden itself.
Yes,
and tell us
call it real strawberries.
Yes, absolutely. And why organic farming? Why did your family choose organic farming?
Well, to sustain, sustain our earth. We also, think it's harmful to put, toxic chemicals in our bodies, and so that's how my father-in-law has grew vegetables with his own family, and so he's just continued that as well.
And I noticed that you also have, in addition to the strawberries, you have all this wonderful squash and tomatoes. Tell us a bit about that and how you decided which product to grow.
Well, my father-in-law's been growing tomatoes, and the main things have been tomatoes and squash for a long time, but it's just kind of trial and error, and sometimes we have customers that'll say, I'd like you to try, this, and so we do that. So our tomatoes, cucumbers, we also grow melons, okra, we have peaches, we have an orchard as well, peaches, nectarines, plums, so we grow a plethora of vegetables.
So your farm is functional year-round, it's not a seasonal environment?
Well, it's primarily our season is from about April until about November or so.
Okay, pretty good season.
Because it's just a small farm, we don't, we have to get the field ready for the previous year or for the prior year, and so my husband he just gets their field ready. He and his father. So we stop typically around November.
Once again, thank you for joining us here at Food for Thought with Spencer Gillette, featuring Priscilla Lucero with Lucero Farms of Lodi, California. And remember, if it doesn't have nutritional value, for Christ's sake, why eat it? Any additional information, please contact us at theecofoodist.net. Hi, I'm Spencer Gillette. My co-host Loretta Cook and I would like to thank you again for joining us on the network show. We have a special presentation for you, an unsung hero, Miss Ethel Haskins. She's been recognized with the Dorothy Height Community Service Award. We have a wonderful clip of that interview, and if you would join us in viewing this clip.
Hear over and over and over again is that black people are mistreating Chinese people is basically what you hear. So they don't have any reason to trust us.
Yeah, like African American people are always like ghetto, they're always doing bad stuff, and then
he got all his friends trying to beat me up. I sprayed him in the face and I told the cops. There's like a group of people within the group that gives that group a bad name. We live in a nice part, but you go down a couple blocks and then it's not too
It's pretty dangerous. So just to walk by yourself to a liquor store because people are trying to sell coke or something.
With that in mind, I understand where it comes from. I feel that in every opportunity that I have to interact with Asians, I should make sure that it's a positive interaction. It's my responsibility. So that at least one person will have a different attitude about African Americans. My name is Ethel Haskins, and I'm a member of the Bay Area Christian Connection. And about 4 years ago, several ministers in the city of Oakland preached from the same scripture. And the scripture was about serving. And so when the pastor finished the sermon, he stood up and talked to the congregation about what are we gonna do? What service are we gonna offer? And I just jumped right up and said, we're gonna feed the people. We decided that we would collect food from the congregation. Whatever we got, we would give out the first of the next month. We did. We got enough food to give out to about 24 people. The next month, more than 50 people came. So then I realized that there was a very definite need in this area. We changed from monthly to weekly when we discovered from the Alameda County Food Bank that you could take as much produce as you could get rid of. And it worked out great. I mean, it works out great. We've developed some very good friendships. Many of the people that were in the line have volunteered to help us with the bagging and the food distribution. So that works out very well because I don't speak the language and they do, and it makes it very, very easy for us to get any kind of information that we want to pass through the line. When we start running out of a particular item, let people know. So if you've been standing in this line for a bag of oranges and we run out of oranges, you need to know we've got our oranges. And so that kind of sharing of information has really been beneficial to us, to have the volunteers from people that are actually in the line. We are an evangelical covenant church, and we've been in that location for about 6-7 years. But it was in pretty bad shape when we bought it. They had, it had been broken into time and time again. People were sleeping there, staying there. They had boarded it up and tried their best to cut it off. And we got it. We got a group of volunteers and cleaned it up, and it ended up becoming our church. And it, as you can see now, you never ever imagined it was in that bad a shape. The Vietnamese Missionary Baptist Church shares space with us. There's a chapel upstairs, and they meet in that chapel every Sunday morning. And really, we get together a couple of times a year and have a shared meal. When our church was formed, we wanted to be a 7-day-a-week ministry, that there was something going on in that church every day. And that pretty much is what's happening now. We have a choir, a youth choir that meets there on Thursday when we're bagging food. They're over there singing. They have these beautiful voices, and you hear them singing. And then, of course, we have that Covenant Sisters program. That is, we have a foundation, the Bay Area Community Connection, that has gotten funding for this drug and alcohol rehab program for women. And that has really been a blessing to the food program. The women just pitch right in and help. And in fact, it's like they've taken that program on as theirs. And when you watch them work, you can just see how much delight it brings to them to be able to help somebody else that has a need. Because they've all been in a bad place.
Welcome back. Wasn't that a great segment,
That was
Loretta?
awesome.
Oh
That
my
was
gosh.
awesome.
When you are doing God's work, you don't have to worry about
That's
the outcome.
right.
And that's a direct quote from Miss Haskins. You heard it here at the network show. Well, that was another great show. We surely missed having Venus here. We had some great segments. Hope
Yes.
you all enjoyed it.
Yes.
Information you can get nowhere else except the network show
Right here.
on For Christ's Sake TV. And remember, if it doesn't have nutritional value, why eat it? So, Loretta.
Well, I must say I learned a lot today.
Yes.
I mean, about autism and
Absolutely.
the community service, and I didn't realize there were so many resources in the church.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
it's awesome, it's awesome. So we'd like to thank you for joining us, and if you have something you would like to share, a resource or talent or anything, just give us a call. The number's right on your screen, or visit us on our website at www.forchristssake.org. Thanks for joining us. Again, come back and join us on The Network Show. Welcome back to The Network Show. Just want to give you a little bit of information on LB Music. This is his latest project. Like I said earlier, Love and Life, The Saga. For more information on LB and where you may be able to book him for future events, please go to our website at www.forchristssake.org.